Good afternoon, team. It's Wednesday, May the something, and I think it's the 13th, but that's not the point. I'm here to update you on the plan. So, talked about a little bit through the Zoom classes, made a little bit of references here and there on the social medias, but the plan is to move forward, and along with BC's Phase 2 plan starting May the 19th. The goal will be to reopen the gym. That don't really take that decision all that lightly. There's many things to consider. Some of them are extremely big picture, like, hey, do you feel safe coming? Which may be yes, maybe no. And the other is sort of like the micro details. How many people are in the gym? What equipment we could be using? The fact that we can't share any equipment. The fact that we can no longer, let's say, do any rope climbs. The list of things somewhat go on and on and on. But here's what I'd like everyone to be excited about is we are going to reopen. That's number one. That's one thing to be excited about. Number two is with everyone's best interests in mind. Right, we're going to try to do it in a safe manner. We're going to follow all the guidelines provided to us by the government. At this point, we're really following the WCB guidelines, which, given what they are, we're going to be able to do as best as possible. Well, we're going to be able to follow those guidelines, not as best as possible. We're going to follow them. And whether you feel safe with that, obviously our gym is not very large. So even if we max the classes at 6 or 7 people, depending on what the programming might be, I can see how some of you guys won't feel comfortable with that. So because of that, we'll definitely look into keeping some of the Zoom options. Having said that, it might not happen next week. So Monday is a holiday. We will not offer any classes Zoom otherwise on that day, and then hope to reopen classes starting Tuesday. I am going to need time for logistically to set up the memberships. I'm going to need time to put classes in the schedule. I'm going to need time to set parameters on how many classes a week you can book, how far in advance you could book, because there's a lot at stake with the way it is now. So first and foremost, I think what we'll do is we'll start with a limited of a 3 class per week registration and attendance. Because we're cutting our class sizes in half, we hope that by doing this, we could still accommodate everyone. If in a week's time or 2 weeks' time, that doesn't seem to be the case, we're going to have to look at other options. The second part about the schedule for the first week, we're not going to break it up into a CrossFit class, an endurance class, and an Olympic weightlifting class. We're just going to offer our CrossFit or our fitness class, and you guys can come whatever day your schedule and availability will allow for. Second thing is that, and again, I'll provide emails and a little bit more policies and procedures, but a lot of little things need to change in how the gym operates. So even though for the most part we'll consider a class an hour long, the programming we can plan to do in 45 minutes and allow 15 minutes to clean up and be able to exit the gym to allow new people to arrive. Because as much as we're also limiting the number of people in each class, we do have to cap the overall capacity of people inside the gym. And that'll include coaches, that'll include clients, and really anybody else, if you will, trying to come in. I will send this video out on our YouTube and Facebook page. I will also try to send it through our emailer mailing list. And if anyone is not on there and wishes to be, then please email me and let me know. There are definitely a lot of questions still to be had even after we open on Tuesday. Some of them I'm not going to have the answers for, but I think we need to get the machine rolling again, so to speak, so that some of these questions could be answered appropriately. But having said that, I guess what I'm going to need to get from all of you guys, and again, this will be detailed hopefully in emails to come, is that I'm gonna need the equipment back. I think that's an obvious statement. And that would be, I'll set apart times this weekend to bring it all back. But please, 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 obviously, we expect you to wipe them down. But it's some of the bigger pieces of equipment. Not only do we accept them to be wiped down, but I expect them to be like properly cleaned. So if you have a rowing machine, there's lots of areas where they're pretty dusty and pretty dirty for having lived in a warehouse. For some of them, for a good 13 years, it's going to take a little bit of time to clean it. But I expect, I really hope that you guys put in a little TLC and bringing it back. It'll be greatly appreciated. And it also kind of lets me know that, hey, if this decision or if the reopening the gym doesn't work out or things do change, that I know that lending out the equipment again is a good thing to do if it all comes back in good shape and ready to roll. But other than that, I'm gonna cap this video here. I've got Zen Planner work to try and tackle. I'll do my best as emails come in, because I'm sure comments and emails will be there as we juggle through life. I'll do my best to answer any questions you may have. But obviously the obvious ones, try and refrain, because I will look to unfreeze people's passes. I will look to do all these things as timing permits. But the news is good. Here we go. Hope you guys have been safe. The one thing actually I didn't mention is all this only works is if you aren't feeling well, you have shown any signs of sickness, or been told millions of times not to be confused with allergies, not to be confused with asthma, as some of you have already kind of told me. But if you are feeling sick, hopefully you've realized that there are bigger things in life than getting in your workout. But I guess I will actually see you in person coming soon.